Hey, I'm going to tell you something else occurred to me today, and these crazy liberals. You got to watch out for this too, just like Amazon switching prices around. You grow up and you tend to believe when you cite different sources that they're valid, that they're somehow okay. It's like a layperson's example of an ecumenical council. When everybody sits down at a big table, they decide what to include, what to abbreviate, what to omit from a Bible. A lot of that was done during the King James Bible, which I'm not trying to challenge your beliefs on Christianity, but read about the Book of Thomas, the Gnostic letters. These were letters that were not included in the New Testament. Why? Because they painted Jesus in an unfavorable light. But back to the matter at hand. So you'll tend to go to sources. They're not always valid. Let me give you a perfect example. So I was listening to a couple guys the other day, and they were telling jokes about different ethnic groups. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I tell you stuff straight up, I laugh my fucking ass off. I didn't cower back like a pussy and worry about somebody's feelings getting hurt. I laughed like a motherfucker. I had to unbutton my belt one notch. I laughed so fucking hard. And why did I laugh? Because it was a fucking joke. Okay? Yeah. Now, I don't bring this up too much, but I know a lot of blacks. Last time I'm going to bring this up, I had a black best man at my wedding. I was best man in his wedding. I can give you all sorts of other examples. Now, as I say all the time, that doesn't mean you couldn't be a racist, but believe me, I'm not. I bend over backwards to help anybody. I don't give a fuck what their race is. I just don't. And I do it with animals too, whether it's a fucking turtle, a venomous snake, whatever. That's just the way I've chosen to live my life. Chosen one. So I was thinking about this driving this morning, and I thought, I'm going to look up racist. You know, what are these motherfuckers putting in there? You know what I mean? And who came up with this definition? Well, I went to the Google, which is, huge liberals. I don't have anything against the Google guys. They're brilliant guys. They're Jews who I love. But I do get ticked and miffed and disappointed. Their censorship, their political ideology. They fuck with my channel, but I get it. It's their fucking social media platform. They can do whatever they want. So I'm not really sure who came up with the definition when you Google it. But it included in racism making jokes about different ethnic groups. They consider you a racist. Now, if you're coming up from a young liberal family, they're pounding in this your fucking head all the damn time. That don't ever make jokes. Look, I got a whole litany of jokes. If Don Rickles would be alive today, the liberals would want to give him the death penalty. But since they don't believe in the death penalty, they'd want to give him life in prison. For what? Jokes. Hey, crazy lunatic liberals. A fucking joke, it's pejorative. It's not literal. Look at the old comedians. Look at comedians now. Okay? You people are mentally ill. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that you should come up with a way of defining it as a catch-all for people that you want to fuck. Okay? Now, as I said the other day, I had a nice time at the Donald Trump No Kings rally, even though I voted for Donald Trump. There was no violence, which I'm all for. And it was nice to just see people of differing opinions, even though I didn't see any Trump supporters. I'm sure there were some there. I'm one. But don't get caught up into places like New York, where they charge Donald Trump for bullshit. Let me give you an example. The example is embezzlement. So, it's like robbing a bank. You rob the bank, you have a come to Jesus moment. You take the money back. You think they're going to say, we're not going to charge you with robbing a bank? Fuck no. You can't unring the bell. And embezzlement's a perfect example of that. So you steal some money, you pay it back, they find out about it. I can tell you this, in the real world, if you go to a prosecutor and they say, hey, John Smith embezzled $300,000, the police get involved. It's like, yeah, the motherfucker did embezzle $300,000, but he paid it back. A prosecutor's not going to fuck with that. Could they prosecute him? Yes. But are they going to? No. Why? Because prosecutors want to win cases. If you look at the federal government, they win like 99.5% of all their cases because they don't charge people where they think there's a pretty good chance of losing. When you have that kind of batting average, you've got the smartest of the smart arguing the best case law, have the best resources in the world, and their track record proves it. And I'm sure the federal government's a perfect example. Now, when you get somebody that doesn't like you, everything changes. They're going to fuck with you for everything. Whether it's building code violations, you know, you got a fucking chicken in your backyard, and you're not supposed to have farm animals, they're going to fucking sling it to your goddamn ass. If this whole sham's been run by people that moved there because they didn't want chickens. And I don't have a problem with that, because you have an expectation when you join certain groups or neighborhoods of what's there. That's why you fucking move there. So if you've got a covenant in your HOA agreement that says no farm animals, you're not supposed to have a fucking chicken. End of fucking story. You follow me? So it's important to figure out who creates these rules and who enforces them. But back to the matter at hand. Donald Trump. You know, where they charged him with that fucking bullshit in New York? Yeah, you can say, yeah, convicted felon. That's all true. But you know what? In any other state, they wouldn't have charged him. Why? Because the money had been returned. As a matter of fact, the bank involved in that came to bat from him. Said, hey, he made his payments in time. He paid his interest. We don't have a problem with it. Well, when you're trying to fuck Donald Trump, you have a huge fucking problem with it. So, lawfully, they charged him and he was convicted. Doesn't mean jack fucking shit, kangaroo court. They wouldn't have done it in another state. So, even though he is a convicted felon, it's a bunch of bullshit in the real world. And this is what they don't tell you in the media. You just have to have experience with it and realize how it works. It happened to me one time. I embezzled some money one time, a long time ago, and I paid interest. Actually, I paid a higher interest rate than what investments would have made. And I goddamn near got bent over on that. And honestly, I mean, I did have to hire a lawyer. And I'm happy to say it got me out of it. And I learned a good lesson on that. Because, and it's true, for every fucking, my dad always used to say, people will pay you the money back if they have it. And mine was like many cases. You need some money temporarily, you're willing to pay it back, you're willing to pay interest, but you still committed a crime. It's very specific. Yeah, unless you have written documentation where that was an agreement or whatever agreement you were in, you're fucked. So, I guess the thing that I should be happy about, and that is that somebody that didn't like me found out about it in a place where there was a liberal prosecutor. Because they say I'd chosen one motherfucker. That's all he's doing is talking about Donald Trump. He was just on the other day and he was fucking saying how fucking what a repertoire of racist jokes he has that he thinks are funny as hell. This liberal, you know, is thinking in the back of their mind, yeah, I'd like to fuck this motherfucker. Yeah, I'll get out there, that chosen one, son of a bitch. I'm going to show him. And I get a Jew lawyer. And the Jew lawyer, you have a, when you get, after you get charged, you have a pretrial conference. That's a good old boys network too. So the Jew is probably a liberal. He goes in to the prosecutor and it's like, hey, how you doing, fucking Sally? You know, thanks for the bar mitzvah money. Good to see you. Looking good. I see you got my fucking client here, term recharged with embezzlement. It's like, yeah, the motherfucker embezzled money, man. He took money he fucking shouldn't have taken. It's like, well, you know, he paid it back. I said, yeah, I know he paid it back, but he still took money that he really didn't have the autonomy to invest. It's like, well, he paid interest too. Yeah, I know that. It's like, well, yeah, you're right, he did. And I'm not going to tell him to admit to that. I'm going to tell him to remain silent. But you mean we're going to go to trial over all this fucking bullshit? It's like, yeah, we are going to go to trial over it. I think he's an asshole. He talks about fucking fat girls. And he needs to be taught a lesson. It's like, okay, and the Jew lawyer, he says to me, he says, well, okay, I'll tell you what, then I'm going to bring all the good things that he's done his whole life, and I want a jury trial. This fucking prosecutor rolls right. It's like, fucking jury trial? What the fuck are you talking about? That takes up time, preemptive strikes, all that fucking bullshit. So now this goes from ramming it up my ass, easy street, to this is going to take a bunch of time and I may lose. And then the Jew lawyer tells them that, you know, I got 50 videos of helping turtles across the street. I help poor prostitutes. I gave them food. I gave them clothing. My neighbors think I'm a good guy. I feed baby vultures. I have no prior criminal record. All this fucking shit. I give rides to poor people. I got 30 videos of helping people that ran out of gas. All this kind of fucking bullshit. And he said, I fully intend to tell the jury that this is an aberration. It was a one-shot deal. No money's owed. And now he's got the prosecutor thinking. And the prosecutor says, well, how about you get him to plead guilty to fucking some bullshit? No, I'm not fucking pleading guilty to anything because I think I got a shot. This is what juries are for. It's showing that I'm a better guy than I'm not. And this was an isolated incident. It's like, so the lawyer comes back and says, well, I was talking to Sally Fucknuts, and she said, how about if you plead guilty to this, she'll drop the felony count of, you know, and they probably tacked on a bunch of other fucking bullshit, using a computer for a crime, and, you know, all this fucking horse shit. So there's probably 3 or 4 charges. You know, they come back, the lawyer says, well, she's willing to offer you plead guilty to a felony or no jail time. It's like, fuck you, no way. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not pleading fucking guilty to anything. So the lawyer goes back and he says, no. I told him about it and he said he doesn't want to do it. We fully intend to form an aggressive defensive strategy and take it to a jury, and I think my client will be acquitted. A couple weeks go by, some more bullshit comes into the prosecutor's office. You got a state trooper hanging out his pecker on the expressway. It's a big deal. You got a fucking couple guys with hidden cameras in fucking schoolroom bathrooms. And now this prosecutor's just overwhelmed with legit shit she's got a charge on. And she gets thinking about it, and Hiram, the Jewish lawyer, is a good guy. After all, it's one hand washes the other. He's helped her before. He could have hung her ass out to dry a couple times, but he didn't. And they're friends outside of the courtroom. That justice is blind's a bunch of fucking bullshit. So she calls one day and said, Hiram, I'm going to drop charges against Mr. Reed. She doesn't just want to say why. She's smart enough to phrase it in a, I got you, bro. All that shit you did for me, I'm dropping. So now I think I got the world's best fucking lawyer in the world. I had 4 fucking felony charges, and he just got him to drop them. Didn't even fucking need to step a day in court. Now it still costs me $7,500, you know, non-refundable bullshit. These lawyers are fucking smart. You get a good one that's got a good relationship with the prosecutor. That motherfucker, he's a fuck that hourly rate bullshit. You sign a thing, here's a $7,500 non-refundable thing. And when you run out of the 75, they'll want another 75. But in this case, he had a chance to bend you over, get you out of a bunch of shit. And really, the truth of the matter is, it's worth $7,500 not to be convicted of 4 felonies, especially when you're a private detective for a living. See how the world works? And another thing, and I've talked about this before, you know, you have a right to an attorney if you can't afford one. Yeah, that's true. A shitty attorney, usually. One that's agreed to a flat rate fee with either no experience, or he's fringe. He's an alcoholic. He's unorganized. He's just some fucking reject that couldn't make it on his own, bending people over at $500 an hour. So he gets on, or no experience, he gets on the court-appointed attorney list, and he plea bargains everything. He's not spending a bunch of fucking time on getting $1,500 flat rate fee. Why? Now, you're going to get an occasional academic, smart Jew, and he says, fuck this. He's not that motivated by money. He's motivated in justice and the right thing to do. And that son of a bitch may spend $500 fucking dollars on his $1,500 retainer he got to do a good job. They're around. There's just not that many of them. So when you get a court-appointed attorney, he pleads you out to some shit. Now, that may be the right move, too. You know, if they got you by the fucking nuts, pleading out's the way to go. Because you're going to lose anyway. But court, those fees, that flat rate fee that you were charged, it wasn't fucking free. It gets added to your court costs. It wasn't free. Why do they say that? If you can't afford one will be appointed. Yeah, well, that kind of, if you haven't had it broke off in your ass, you think that, oh, good, I'm getting an attorney for nothing. No, you're not. You're getting a shitty attorney at a cut rate fee that you're going to have to fucking pay for whenever you get out of the slammer and go back to work. But that's the kind of corner you get painted into sometimes, which is why Robert Kraft does not have a criminal record, and 3 pipe fitters, 1 garbage truck driver, and a toilet boy scrubber from Jupiter, Florida, have criminal records from getting jacked off by a masseuse. See how the world works? This is my point. To enlighten you people and to let you know how it looks and how it is like night and fucking day. It's just like a marriage. You don't know what somebody's like until you live with them. You can date their fucking stupid ass for 5 fucking years and there's still a fucking Pandora's box the size of a goddamn Amazon warehouse waiting for you. They know what they're like. And the last thing they want to do is have you see their downside. And I think maybe we're just going to do Sunday chats from now on. We get a good turnout. We get a lot of stalking fucking wacko liberals hiding in the bushes that I just get to like incinerate as soon as I see their stupid comment. Looks like I might get some good storm videos today. I got to practice the piano. Farajaka, Do Re Mi, and Chopsticks are today's songs. So you guys rock it. You kick it. Peace out. Trip. Piece of jizz out.